friends, today I'm doing another book haul. So this is my final haul in this flat with this background, and I just kind of wanted to haul the last couple of books that I got while I'm still here. By the time you're seeing this, I don't even know my schedule anymore, but I think by the time you're seeing this, I have actually already moved out of this flat, and some of these books might end up even being in boxes for a little while, even though I don't have as many books as I usually have, but I just kind of wanted to make sure that I haul these so that I don't forget them, or like, as I said, they might be like in storage or something for a little while. So let's get going. I have two piles. I have a pile of like new releases, and I have a pile of used books. I'm just gonna start with the used books. So first I have Heart of Thorns by Bree Barton. This is a book that came out last year and I had an arc of it. I'm gonna leave the link to my video review in the info card and in the description. I really enjoyed this and just thought that it had a lot of potential. I'm super excited for the sequel, which comes out later this year, and so I just really wanted a physical copy because I love the cover as well. And I was super lucky to get a Fairy Loot exclusive edition. It has red sprayed edges and it is also signed, which that's just it makes me so happy. I've been really lucky with like getting special editions or signed stuff in the used store lately. So that was quite cool, especially, you know, as I have already read this and enjoyed it. That's obviously like just really exciting. Like, I guess I would kind of feel bad if I hadn't read this yet and I would have gotten this signed copy and then I might have not enjoyed it or something like that. And like this, I just have another signed book added to my collection. So yeah, that's just really nice. Then I have Ever the Hunted by Erin Summerall. I also have already read this. This came out quite a while ago. I think it must have been the end of 2016 actually, but I also have a video review for that, and I'm also gonna leave a link for that in the description and in the info card in case you're interested. I actually have to say, like, usually I don't buy books that I have already read if I didn't really love them. I usually really only buy the books that I truly love, that were like 4 or 5 stars, sometimes 3 stars if the cover is really pretty, or if it's like part of a series that I really enjoyed, which is the case with this one. I gave this one even 2 stars only after I read the second one, because I gave the second one 3.5 stars, and I just kind of, upon, you know, comparing the two, I just realized this is only a 2-star read for me. But I did really enjoy the sequel, and I also know there's like even more books set in this world that are kind of part of this series, and oh god, the cover is just so goddamn gorgeous. I'm not even gonna lie. I think even liking the second book much more and just really coming to appreciate the characters and the world, I think if the covers wouldn't be so gorgeous, I still wouldn't want to have the series. Oh my god, I also love this green color actually. And this does have this like little thing on the naked book, which you just know I love. And so yeah, I would never have bought this new, but as a used copy, I'm really glad to add it to my collection and hope to get the sequel to it very soon as well. Then I have Kings of the Wild by Nicolas Ames. This is the first book in an adult fantasy. I heard about this first definitely from Melanie, and then I saw a couple of other people saying really good things about it and saying that they really loved it, and I just feel like in the beginning I was kind of just like, yeah, I'm gonna read this someday, but then more people started talking about it and I just got a better picture of what it's actually about, and I know that it's like funny and stuff, and so I at some point was just like, you know what, this is not one of those someday to read books, but it's actually a book that I'm currently interested in, especially because I know that the second book has a lesbian protagonist. I'm not sure if there's a female-female relationship in there, but I'm pretty sure that the protagonist, she's definitely queer, but I'm pretty sure she identifies as a lesbian. So, like, this is just, like, I'm excited to read this one, but it's also just the step that I have to take to get to the lesbian sequel. So, that is why I wanted to pick it up ASAP. And then I have something super exciting, which I honestly never thought I would hold in my hands, but again, I was really lucky, and that is The Assassin's Curse and The Pirate's Wish by Cassandra Rose Clark. Now, if you're someone who follows my channel very closely, you might know that this one showed up on my last Balancing the Books, but this one did not. And that is because I have decided that I bought these together because I wanted to make sure that I have fitting editions of these two books, or that I even have both books, because these are out of print. And so I knew that if I would buy one of these books, I would have to buy them together. But I did not put this on my TBR yet as like a plus book. I'm only going to do it once I have finished this one. So just to make that clear, I'm just not yet adding this to my TBR. Once I have read this one, this will be added to my TBR. Usually I just don't really buy sequels if I haven't read the first book yet, but as I said, as they are out of print and I wanted to make sure that I have them both, I decided to buy them both, and they were both like super cheap, which is even more like mind-boggling to me considering that they are out of print. I know that they've been published as a binder, so you can actually still get these if you are interested in them, but I mean, look at them. They are really pretty. And like, I mean, the cover for the bind up, I'm just going to include it here. The cover for the bind up is really pretty as well. But, you know, that wasn't available used. These were. And so, yeah, I'm just really glad I have them. I honestly don't know anything about them really. But Assassin's Curse, Pirate's Wish, like genuinely, that's like, you know, it's like buzzwords for me. And back in the day when these were like popular, and it was kind of around the time when I first joined BookTube, so many people were talking about them and really loved them, and so I just got them. Now on to the new stuff that I got. The first one I have is the Steel Prince graphic novel. This is volume 1, and I talked about this in my March wrap-up, so if you want to hear my thoughts about it, then you can hear my thoughts there. Wasn't the biggest fan of it, if I'm honest, but obviously still glad to have something else to add to my Victoria Schwab collection. And we all know this channel doesn't exist without Victoria Schwab books in a haul. And most of the time, it's even several books, which is why I also have The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab or Victoria Schwab. I think it says V.E. Schwab simply because this is published through her UK publisher, and in the UK she always has the name V.E. Schwab, whereas in the US she uses V.E. Schwab for her adult stuff and then Victoria Schwab for her YA stuff or middle grade. But yeah, this is her debut novel, which got re-released in this wonderful, beautiful edition. It makes me very, very happy. I am incredibly proud, especially knowing that this hit the New York Times bestseller list and was on there for 2 weeks actually. I know that there's like different editions that have like different things on the inside, but I do really love this pattern. And then obviously we have this on the naked cover. But yeah, I obviously just really wanted to have this to support Victoria, but also because I am obsessed with collecting her books. I have already read this a couple of years ago. I think it must have been after The Archive, The Unbound and Vicious. I think it must have been the 4th book that I read by Victoria actually. But I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was not as like, you know, interesting and really didn't keep me as engaged as a lot of her other books, but it was still such a Victoria Schwab book. Like, I love that her debut novel already feels so much like a Victoria Schwab book, so I definitely recommend this if you love Victoria Schwab. And then of course I also have A Gathering of Shadows, the collector's edition. I mean, it's not my fault, okay? I can't, all these books came out. What's the girl supposed to do? This is basically just like obviously a kind of changed version of the cover, and it has a glossary of the Antari terms and Anishan terms, which is also in the A Darker Shade of Magic collector's edition, but it's also in the Conjuring of Light paperback. It also has fan art on the end papers, and it also has a short story about Kisimir, which I'm really excited about. I have not yet read it, but that is something that I'm so intrigued about because I think Kisimir is an incredibly intriguing, interesting character, and I really want to know more about her. So I'm really glad that we decided to do that. And then it also, again, has something on the naked hardcover. This is also designed by Creaney, who also did the Astravas that is on the A Darker Shade of Magic edition. So yeah, this is just a beautiful edition. I'm so excited to add this to my collection. Then I have A Question of Homes by Brittany Cavallaro, the final book in the Childhood Home series. I've also already read this and talked about it in my March wrap-up. fucking loved it. I love this series. I love Brittany Caballero. I love this cover. It is so stunning, and it does not come across that well on camera, honestly, but it's just like, it's like a beacon of light. I love it so much. What does the cover, oh yeah, it's also like a really nice orangey kind of color. I'm just in love with this series, like so fucking much, and you should absolutely pick it up, like if you're not already sick of me talking about it. And finally, I have the Illumicrate edition of Fishes. I just put them in a random stack, okay? I would have put all the Victoria Schwab books, I should have put all the Victoria Schwab books together, but I didn't. So yeah, if you don't know, Illumicrate did like a Vicious and Shades of Magic box sometime last year. I don't remember when exactly it was, but sometime last year. And they had a special red edition of Vengeful in that box. And then they decided to also do a red edition, like a fitting edition of Vicious. And like, I mean, how could I not get it? Like everything that like completes a set, that is incredibly satisfying to me. I love that they did that. And like one thing that is also very satisfying to me is that I obviously also have the normal editions of Vicious and Vengeful, and they have a different feel than the edition of Vengeful. And I was scared that this was gonna have like the same material as the normal editions and not the same material as the red edition, but it does. So not only color-wise, but also material-wise, which I just really... these are like random things that I know I shouldn't give a fuck about, but I give a fuck about. So I'm really glad it's that same material. It is just fucking gorgeous, and it has the same kind of, you know, silhouette of Victor on the naked hardback. The normal edition also has that, but then also it's signed. So glad that Illumicrate is doing that. You know, they don't have to do that. They would have sold this edition very well even without the signing, but obviously that's just a great plus. So yeah, I'm a little bit flustered right now, but that is my book haul. Today should be quite easy to pick them up, actually. I mean, it's still like 10 books, so... Oh. Why? I feel like whenever the stacks are small, I have bigger issues properly holding them up. That is my... Oh my god. I mean, obviously, this is Victoria Schwab's color, or colors, but this fits beautifully. Look at this beautiful stack. Like, the only one that kind of stands out is the Assassin's Curse. Let's just ignore that. But other than that, that's a very beautiful stack, but still a very heavy stack. Also, I might just be out of shape. But yeah, that is my final book haul in this flat. If you love Kings of the Wild, if you love The Assassin's Curse, let me know about it. And obviously also let me know about any of these other books. If you love them or didn't like them, whatever. If you've read them or want to read them, just let me know about any of these books. And yeah, I make new videos every Wednesday and Sunday with occasional reviews on Friday. So click subscribe to never miss anything and hit the little bell so you get notified as well. And thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!